Hello, 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 forgiveness fam. Hello, hello, and hello. This is this is Karen Booth, your resident forgiveness coach, back from vacation. Hello, 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 hello. I know I've been gone for a week. Been gone for a week. And now I gotta get back in the flow of things. How is everybody? I know my hair's kind of flying, but it's all right. Oops. I'm going to give the people just a few minutes. Oh, that didn't help. Oh my. So, hopefully, we'll get 3 or 4 people on here and have a nice conversation. Always about forgiveness, always about the multitude of ways that it can impact your life because it is a major thing. So, get on in, get on in, get on in. One day I'm going to clean this off. So. And the world will be a better place. And if nobody comes on yet, I will teach my lesson and go on about my day. Well, somebody gave me some hearts. Ask my fearless assistant, Michelle. Hey, 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 friends, neighbors, and countrymen. If you will tag the people, if you will tag some people so they can get on in here and join me for my new time slot that I'm trying. I got a little news, y'all. I got a little news. I need about 2 more people to come on here, y'all. I need 2 more people to come on here. And okay. I see I got 2. And I am not one of the 2 because I put my phone down. So let's see who we got. Y'all say hi when you come in. Say hello and hashtag live or hashtag replay for me so I can keep up with what's going on. Hey, Venetia. Well, my Evolve sister, my Evolve Masters sister. So y'all, jumped up to 4. Well, now, look, if we done got up to 4, then we about to go on. So, hey, welcome to Tea and Truth with Karen Booth. I'm a baggage handler, helping you to handle your business, helping you to handle your soul business and the baggage that you carry as life has gone on. Michelle, today's flavored tea is mint and lemon ginger. And y'all tell me where you watching from. Evangelize your road, tag 2 people. So today. First, let me tell y'all this. So, y'all, your girl has got a job. Your girl has got a job. I started my first day of work today at a lovely establishment called Tina's Boutique and Design. We did a live today at 10. You should go on my page and look. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Cyber Monday deals. I promise y'all, if some stuff that I want has not been bought by about Wednesday, I'm gonna have some new stuff in my closet. But I gotta clean my closet out, remove some pieces first, so that I can put some new pieces in there. So I started I started my job assisting Miss Tina Patton. Go like it, go like it, go like her page, right? I started my job at her boutique today. Oh my God. I promise, I have to promise myself I'm not going to spend my entire check right back at the shop where I earned it. Yes, you could call me Walona, because I will be at the boutique now. With all the great sales, we moved some inventory around today. She showed me how to work on the register. And it is a nice, well managed, well established boutique with some very one of a kind, or not one of a kind, but not something that you would see everywhere type pieces. And we'll be going live periodically so that you can see shipping is available. Shipping is available. She's going to teach me about that probably next week. But at any rate, so because of the time scheduling that I need to be at the boutique, Walona has changed morning tea and truth to afternoon tea and truth with Karen Booth. So trust and believe, we still going to have tea time. We are still going to have tea time where we get this tea and this truth, because I am still committed to being the baggage handler. I am still committed to being one of the ones that helps you get your soul back in line, right? So last week I had a wonderful vacation. I really checked out of the forgiveness business for a whole week. I really did. Thank you, Venetia. Thank you, Michelle. I really did check out of the forgiveness business for a whole week. I got some rest. I got to spend some time with my mom. It's our first Thanksgiving without the family patriarch, my daddy. Afternoon, Shannon. It was our first Thanksgiving without my father, and it was very, very different. So I just chose to let myself have a mental break from hey Celeste, how are you? Let myself have a little mental break from doing the daily teachings, and it was much needed. I appreciated myself for letting myself have a break. And baby, taking care of yourself is some of the best work you can do. So anyway, I see how energetic I am. So anyway, before I went on my vacation, I had talked about unforgiveness of yourself and how it impacts how you view yourself, right? And if you recall, I talked to you about unforgiveness causes you to see yourself as a victim instead of a victor. It freezes your identity. Oh, Celeste, it's a wonderful thing. It freezes your identity at the moment of the wound. It creates a victim narrative and internal powerlessness. Offense becomes the reference point instead of God's truth, and it alters your spiritual confidence and replaces victory with defeat. It can lower your self-worth by creating a false narrative about your value. It can produce self-blame and emotional punishment, and it distorts how you receive love from others and from God. And then finally, I talked about how unforgiveness of yourself, this is of yourself, causes you to distrust your own judgment. Oh yeah, tag Kim Armstrong, that's for real. Um, and when you distrust your own judgment, it replaces confidence with self-doubt. It reinterprets your past through the lens of pain instead of the lens of truth. It causes fear to speak louder than the Holy Spirit does within you. And it breaks confidence in your discernment, and it produces confusion and hesitation. Okay? So that's what I was talking about before I took my break. So today, I'm going to start the discussion on why self forgiveness is so difficult. Okay? And it's one part I didn't write down. All right. So, reasons why self forgiveness of yourself can be so difficult. I know. We believe our failures define our identity. We think we must punish ourselves. We think we should have known better. We keep replaying failure instead of renewing the mind. And we don't believe we deserve God's grace. Now these are some of the reasons that. Hey, Dewan. These are some of the reasons why we don't forgive ourselves. And first, I'm just going to talk briefly. I'm not going to be before you long. And I am not a preacher by trade. So when I say I'm not going to be before you long, that really is the truth. That really is the truth. I'm not going to have 17 closing and a hoop and a holler. I am doing well. I have a slight sniffle, but overall, I am great. So why forgiveness of yourself is so hard? And it's because we confuse the event with our identity. We're holding on to something that we're holding. I gotta give a hoop and a holler though. I can't. It's not me. We mix up the event with the identity. We make a bad decision. Something happens, and so we're holding ourselves in this space of holding ourselves in offense, right? We don't simply say our business didn't survive the economy. Our business didn't survive the change. We say, I'm a failure because my business closed. We don't say, I didn't make a passing grade in the class. We say, I'm stupid because I failed the class. Or we say, I'm a failure because I didn't pass the class. We make ourselves the occurrence that we're not forgiving ourselves from. I'm a financial failure. I can't get my checkbook balanced. And so when we say this is called identity fusion. When an incident becomes the identity and the moment becomes the label, when identity becomes corrupted, self-forgiveness becomes nearly impossible. And I would ask, why are we holding ourselves to such a high standard that we can't make a mistake and recover? I was thinking yesterday how we used to say, at first you don't succeed, try again. And I kind of modified that where it said, if first you don't succeed, review, make some adjustments, and then try again. Because if you try the same thing again, then you likely are going to get, you on the answer, the same results. But we have to be able to forgive ourselves for it not going the way we envisioned and clear that out of our soul so that we can review without shame, make some adjustments, and then try again. So oftentimes we judge our whole selves by the moment. We collapse our entire existence into one mistake or one season of failure. We see ourselves through the lens of the wound, through the lens of the mistake, rather than through the lens of God. The scripture says, "For as he think in his heart, so is he." So if you sit over there and you turn over and turn over in your head, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm this, I'm that. What are you putting into the atmosphere? Because the Bible also says the power of life and death is in the tongue. So are you saying I'm a failure, or are you saying this failed? Let me review, let me adjust, let me do something different, and then try again. But you have to not view yourself as the embodiment of what the thing was that didn't make it, right? Your language, another reason why it's hard to forgive yourself, your language becomes a prison. Words like always, never, and I am turn statements into sentences, into declarations. Shame speaks an identity statement, not behavior statements. Example, like I said before, I failed the class. I'm a failure. My business didn't succeed. I'm stupid. I made a mistake. Now, how many times have we just said, something that we thought, we wanted to do was big, grand, great, wonderful, and we tried it and it turned out to be horrible, sorry, and pitiful. And we said, my life, this is not me saying this. This is not me saying this, but we'll say, why am I even here? My life is just a waste. It's just a big mistake. And we go real far. We go real far and get real reckless with our mouth on ourselves. And so we have to be mindful. We always have to be mindful of how we're thinking. Think about your thinking so you can think about your speaking, so that what you are speaking doesn't derail what you're trying to do. I think that historically, maybe because, as people, as Black people, we sometimes think we got one chance to make it work. We got one chance because we live in a scarcity mindset. Because at one time, that one chance. See, me too, Chicana. You get that one chance. You grow up. I love my parents, but they came up through the civil rights movement, right? And so, it's like if you don't make it this one time, you ain't got no more chances. And so you got to make it this one time. Because, baby, if you don't make it this one time, I don't know what you going to do next. And it's so funny now because as a 50-something, right, see, it is what it is. It is what you say it is. If you're saying it is what it is, and you're basing that on what you see, then you're right. It is what it is. And then you don't have what God said, you have what you see. Right. And so me and my baby sister are 10 years apart. Right. And so I was right, the first child be the test model. Every firstborn should get free therapy. The first child be the test model. And so I was raised with You got to get it right this first time. You got to do if you don't do it, if you can't get it right, I don't know what you're gonna do. So I had this. So I grew up with this self-imposed pressure of it's got to be right, it's got to be done, it's got to be perfect the very first time, every time. Otherwise, the world gonna stop spinning or something. Then my parents had my baby sister, and she had 9 million chances to do everything. Like, who are these people that raised you? So, fortunately, we now, as a 57-year-old, I now accept that, okay, I can try something. And if it doesn't work the way I think it should, or the way God had planned, or if I do something to mess it up, then I can forgive myself for the error. I can forgive the situation for happening. I can let it go, and I can, in fact, try again. So it's okay, my 50-year-olds and it's okay if we let this. Michelle, would you say we are the architects of our lives? What we be? Come on, let me put that on up there. Let me put that on up there. That's good. We are the architects of our lives, and we do have to do something different in our minds to so that we are assured that yes, if we're still breathing and we can still move, we can still think, we can still try again, right? Finally, when we say things like, I am a failure, I am a mistake, why am I, what is my, all that, my business didn't succeed, I'm stupid. When we put that kind of finality on our phrasing, there is no room for transformation. Like, your mind is not going to look for a place to change to. Your brain is going to say, oh, we stupid. Well, we just going to be over here and be stupid then. And it's just going, your brain just going to lay over there, and it's not going to, try to come up with anything. If you say, I can't, it's impossible, I'm a failure, there's no point in trying. If we say things like that, because we are not forgiving ourselves for the mistake, because we have identified ourselves as the mistake, rather than identifying the mistake as the mistake and forgiving ourselves for making said mistake, then if we identify ourselves incorrectly, then your mind is not going to exercise its creative powers and find a way to fix the mistake that you made. Right? So, like, to go back, to recap, reason number one why forgiveness of self is so difficult is because we confuse the event with our identity. So we want to not the event. Let me see if I can put this up here. Okay. It won't let me post it. Oh wait. Well, there we go. Don't confuse the event with your identity. Okay? Don't become the event. Because we always want to be able to release ourselves. Releasing of ourselves is very important. It's very important. Thank you, Michelle. It is very important that we do not become the event, because we need to overcome the event. Right? Okay, y'all. I done had y'all done had me for 25 minutes. So again, that is our number one reason. One, I got five, so I got one for each day. So number one, we confuse the event with our identity. I'd like to remind you that my new regular time every day, unless otherwise posted, is 4:30 Central Standard Time because your girl got a job. So I look forward to Tea and Truth, afternoon Tea and Truth with Karen Booth. We will see y'all tomorrow at 4:30. All right? Y'all have a good day, a good evening.